G'day everyone, welcome back to the Jimbo channel, and in today's video we will be talking about my opinion on Gather Round. So I think Gather Round will be a great opportunity to grow the sport of AFL. Obviously, South Australia is a pretty AFL dominant state anyway in the first place, so it should be quite easy to get people over. But if it is a success, which it will be, because obviously there's games at the Adelaide Oval, there's 6 at the Adelaide Oval, there's 2 at Norwood Oval, and there's 1 at the Adelaide Hills. If it is a success, move it to New South Wales. It's a rugby controlled state, and we want footy in those states because we want footy to be the greatest sport in the country. It should be easily. It is by far the best sport. So what we should do is push it in the New South Wales direction, because Queensland already got a bit of a taste of footy, obviously in unfortunate circumstances with COVID, but you got basically a gather round just for gather round, but people get COVID and sick, so not ideal gather round, but in that scenario. But you guys got a taste of footy already. A lot of footy's been played in Queensland in the last 3 years, so there's that. And obviously New South Wales hasn't had the taste as much. They've got 2 teams obviously, which is good, but I mean their rivalry isn't as good, and maybe Gather Round can push for more people to get on the Sydney bandwagon or hop on the GWS rise to glory. So yeah, to support your team more, it's a great idea to move it to New South Wales, because yeah, as I said, it can help AFL take control over New South Wales when the NRL is dominating that market. And the reason it works in South Australia as well is because tourism is going to be massive in that state. You're going to have, there's obviously a footy festival, there's 9 games of footy, and at the airport you can hold the Premiership Cup at the moment. There's a lot of things to do in Adelaide in that weekend, and the tourism's just going to boom. There's a lot of people going to come for Gather Round. Not many people are coming to South Australia this week for to look at the grass. Well, that's a bad example, but I mean go to a church. There's not many people going to Adelaide to do that. They're going to watch the footy. So obviously New South Wales, its tourism's already good, but imagine it just better. That's an idea. Obviously I said why Queensland can't, but WA, because WA is WA. There's a lot of people who go to sport there. They're very passionate about their sport, just like Victoria, which I love and respect. Obviously they sold out the Big Bash, which is a dying sport, sadly. And obviously they hosted the AFL Grand Final there, and that was way better than the Gabba in Queensland. So there's obviously, they've had a history with footy, they love their sport, and maybe Gather Round there would be easy to do than, let's just say, New South Wales. But for the Victorian people it would be harder to get to, unfortunately, because of prices and stuff. But that's not a reason. People, to those people who complain about prices, you guys want Gather Round in Victoria, which is a terrible idea. If you're going to do that, no MCG, no Marvel Stadium. Let's widen the view of the state. Let's get footy in Ballarat. Let's get footy in Bendigo. Let's get footy in Wangaratta. Let's get footy in bloody Moe. Anywhere, just local grounds. No Marvel Stadium, no MCG, because those two, it's just there every week. It's not unique, and that's why I don't think it should be in Victoria, because it's not unique. It's not unique to have it in those not countries, in those states, but it is unique to have it in South Australia, where there's not as much footy. There's only 1 a week, and in New South Wales, which is 1 a week as well, and even for Sydney and GWS, they're playing there once every 2 weeks. It's going to be a good opportunity to have those 2 teams in the state for more than, so they're on the same state at the same time, and they're playing different teams. That's just a great idea, and it's just I guess it's a great. I'm saying it's a great idea because I guess New South Wales, they need it. They absolutely need it. Unlike Victoria, we don't need it. We don't need Gather Round. We've got Gather Round every week, and I guess Tasmania's not in the picture because they're inbred, and also that they don't have their team, which they're still complaining about. Oh, boo-hoo, football sirens. But Tasmania is too small for Gather Round. Maybe in the future if they have a team. Northern Territory, it's not sustainable. Not enough, I guess, grounds. There's only 2 grounds, and obviously Queensland, they've already got Magic Round, so maybe 2 of the biggest sports in Australia in the one state. Great for tourism, but I guess not great for the rest of the states. New South Wales would be a logical option, or WA in my opinion, or keep it in South Australia. If it's a success and it works, keep it in South Australia, because they're very passionate about their footy. Obviously you've seen with the Never Tear Us Apart, the Showdown being the best interstate rivalry I've probably ever seen, compared to a Western Derby or a obviously Sydney Battle of the Bridges and the Queensland Derby, which is the most dull. So obviously those aren't as big as this Showdown. So I think the Showdown obviously it's massive, and it gets people involved. So Showdown was only a couple of weeks ago. Gather Round's now. You're going to have lots of people. I reckon there'll be more Sydney people in Adelaide this week than Sydney people in Sydney for games of footy. So that hopefully all the games are a sellout. Obviously I know that all the Saturday games are, and I'm grateful that Lockie Miller saved me and I'm going. But yeah, there's that, and I guess Norwood Oval. Most of the Sunday games are a sellout. I don't know if Hawthorn GWS is, but I know that the other two probably are. Obviously, there's Thursday night, as I'm recording tonight, Carlton Adelaide, that kicks off Gather Round. There's Friday night, there's 2 games, so Gold Coast Freo and Richmond Sydney, and then the Saturday games, there's 3 games then, and the Sunday there's 3. So yeah, there's a lot of footy in the weekend in that one state, so everyone's going to get down, hopefully. And as for the content on my channel, I'll be posting more about Gather Round. Obviously I'll be hopefully vlogging and doing other things, which I'm quite excited for, which I'll be editing when I get home on the Tuesday, which I'm quite excited for. And yeah, I'll be doing a live stream in the next 2 days before I head out, so I'll be leaving tomorrow, so hopefully stream tonight, StreamYard. And yeah, I can't wait for that. Anyway, I mean, this has been a bit of a quick video, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Cheers.